I only need one tab. Hey, YouTube, it's me, John Avenger again, V2. Uh, it's me. I'm finally doing a live comment for 2024. This is the 2022 DC movie that came out, before the DCU died, and this is Black Adam. Yeah, I wanted to do this before Shazam 2 and before the Flash and all that, and I enjoyed this movie. I think it's underrated. It's not as bad as critics say it is. And this movie, it's about an hour and 52 minutes without the end credits. So let's get started. It's been a while, so bear with me. My last live commentary was on Christmas Eve, and then I had to delete it because I got a copyright infringement. That's why I told Milos months ago, I don't do podcasts with the sound or the picture quality, because YouTube, if they hear one bit of music, you get a copyright infringement. Yep, the DCU, it's gone now. Aquaman 2 was the last one. Even though it's not flopping like the others, it's not going to make a profit. There it is. We will see a DC movie this year, but it's going to be Joker, Faliadu, that and the animated stuff. Kondak, yep, 26 BCE, 2600. Mm-hmm. The only scenes in the movie that are subtitled. Some people were upset that Black Adam didn't have an accent. I'm like, The Rock isn't going to do an accent. He's not good at doing accents. If you've seen Jumanji Next Level, yeah, that accent that he does in the movie is terrible. This movie kind of starts like a 300 movie or The Mummy or something like that. I was not a big fan of the third act of this movie, mainly because, the villain, but I don't hate this movie. I mean, I got the digital copy and the DVD and Blu-ray, so there's the crown, the MacGuffin in the movie. And the effects look fine in this movie. I know a lot of people were not a big fan of it. Mm-hmm. Typical. At least this movie's short. It's not like overly long like a lot of the movies from last year. A lot of the DC movies last year were overly long, and they could have been shorter. Because you had you had Shazam 2, which was, I think, 10 minutes too long. You had The Flash, which was also 10 minutes too long. You had Blue Beetle, which is about 2 hours. It could have been an hour and 45 minutes. Does every movie need to be 2 hours? No. The Marvels proved that, and even though it flopped, again, you can make it shorter. This is the beginning of the movie, yeah. I don't know why they had to put subtitles. I guess because they're like, oh, we want to be diverse, but it didn't help because people don't go to a DC movie to read subtitles. That's why Wonder Woman 1984 didn't do well. Among that, the pandemic happened, but it's a good looking movie. Like, who directed this movie? It wasn't Zack Snyder. It was Joel Colette Serra. It's the same director that did Nonstop, which was a hit. He worked with Liam Neeson more than these actors. Yep, he throws him right into the pit. The king thanks you for your service. Yeah, goodbye. This is Sparta and all that. Yeah, no one's watching it right now because, again, people are in school. And after that storm last night, yeah. And this is the only subtitle scene in the movie because the rest of the film is in English mostly. Because, again, audiences don't want to read subtitles. It's why The Boy and the Heron, they had an option to see it dubbed or subtitled. If we fight together, we can overthrow the king, blah, blah. Let someone else be the hero. This is the exposition to get it out of the way. Stop dreaming and go back to work. Yep, bald. But there were way more subtitles in Wakanda Forever, and that was way longer than this. That's why that movie, I was like, that movie could have been 30 minutes shorter. You didn't need it to be 2 hours and 40-some minutes. It dragged ass, and it was too long. It was just like, why was this movie so freaking long? 2 hours and 40-some minutes. The first Black Panther was 2 hours and 5 minutes. There's the Eternium. That's his kryptonite, basically. And we're never going to see Black Adam fight Superman unless they're recast. Because I'm like, it's The Rock's ego that got in the way of this production. Because he didn't direct the movie or write it. He produced it and started it. But he wanted this to be like some epic. I'm like, it's fine. Hey, Spidey, what's up? This is just the exposition. Because every character needs a backstory. At least his backstory is one or two flashbacks. Yeah. He gets the powers of Shazam before Billy Batson gets it. See, there's the and to be honest, this movie should have came out before. This should have came out either before Shazam or he should have been the villain in the Shazam too. Nothing against the three actresses, but I think that this should have came. He should have been the villain because he's strong enough to fight Shazam. Instead, you get three women. One of them becomes a hero at the end, and two of them, the other two are kind of underused. There he is. No, there's another scene that's subtitled when Black Adam gets freed, but that's about it, though. People don't want to read subtitles. That's why Guardians of the Galaxy didn't have it. Mostly. Mm-hmm. Again. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're in Kondak present day. They couldn't say Iraq because they don't want to get in trouble. And happy birthday, Sarah Shahi. Yeah, there's her birthday. That's why I'm doing this. Black Adam equal to Superman. Yeah, he should have fought Superman or Shazam, but it's not going to happen now because The Rock isn't going to come back. And Cavill's not coming back. Or they recast Superman again. But I think it was time because Cavill was Superman for almost a decade. And they never gave him his great movie because Man of Steel I thought was boring. I prefer this over Man of Steel. I'm not bored as much. It's shorter. There's less flashbacks. It's got a better cast. And this movie's funny. I love Adam Smasher in this movie. I think he's an underrated DC character. There's the bootleg Jafar from the Aladdin remake. I forgot it was him. And this movie was also similar to Miss Marvel because it's they're kind of Middle Eastern as well. Pakistanis are a mix of Asian and Middle Eastern. It just reminded me of that a little bit too. So yes, DC character. But I had a bad experience in the theater watching this. Not for the movie itself, but there were people vaping in the theater. You're not supposed to be smoking or vaping in the theater. You're disgusting. You can't even do that at the Alamo Draft House. You can't do it outside, but in the place, no. Someone was vaping in the theater, and then there was this couple arguing. I'm like, yeah, it has way more action and it's shorter. If this movie was 2.5 hours, it would be boring. It would have 30 minutes of padding that you don't need. And Sarah Shahi could have been in it more. She's just a mom role here, but she's hot as hell, man. She's so attractive. I've always found her attractive, Josh. Always found her attractive because she's a mix of Hispanic and Middle Eastern and is not Shakira. She's got a nice tan, beautiful dark hair, no accent, and she's not British, which is a huge, huge plus over someone like Gemma Chan. She's from Texas. Yeah, she's a Southern girl. The only thing I don't like about most Middle Eastern people, and no, I'm not talking about Jews. I'm talking about like Iranian or Iraq or Afghanistan. They don't shower. You have to shower. Good hygiene is a good thing. Trust me. When you don't take a bath, it's disgusting. Even animals need to be bathed. Yeah. She's so beautiful, man. She deserved a better movie. She deserved another movie because Bullet to the Head was a disappointment. She's barely in that. And she was successful on TV. She was in a couple of shows like The L Word and such. It's a very underrated actress. It's like 43 now. Yeah, she's only a couple years older than me. And to hold an accent for an entire movie, it's hard. Trust me, I've had to do an accent on stage many times, or voice acting. You hear the winds? Yeah, the winds are not going to stop me from doing my podcast. Man of Steel just bored me to death, and I don't have the digital copy anymore. I like the song in this movie. This is the one song James Gunn didn't use in Suicide Squad or the Suicide Squad or the Guardians films. Baby, come back. Yeah. You could blame it all on me. I was long. Orange. Not a great villain, but I think Black Adam should have been the villain. Mainly because he kills people. Heroes don't kill, only anti-heroes and villains. Because Mando's killed some people in the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. And 3. Also, we get to see the woman's face here. If this was a real Middle Eastern country, her face would be completely covered. Because for some reason in their culture, they can't show women's bodies like at all. At least in America, we get freedom, but in those countries, they have to cover their faces, their feet, their legs, their everything, anything, any kind of skin. Here we go. This is the copyrighted song. I don't want to get a copyright infringement for. Love that song. I heard it in a bunch of commercials and such. I miss seeing this movie. I hadn't seen this since last year. My mom is like, it's not a funny movie. It's in because she saw the Middle Eastern country. I was like, oh no, what are they going to blow up now? Again, it's all in your head. Some people said that this way: Superman, Batman, Spider-Man doesn't kill people either. No, usually they don't. Ishmael. Because Iman Vellani is very, very friendly. You can tell. She gets along with everybody she works with in Miss Marvel and the Marvel. Come back, baby, on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Yeah, he can't sing. I love this. It's great. Yeah, here's the first. Yeah, and they speak English because, again, the audience has to know what they're saying. At least they didn't get white actors, and put them in brown face like they did in Love Guru. It's a mostly diverse cast because you have a black girl. Hey, what's up, Josh? You made it. Adam Smasher, maybe we could see him again. I would love to see him in animation, or if he got his own Max show, like a Harley Quinn or something like that. For me, all of my digital copies carry over from my old email and old digital copies from the Flickster. Oh, Flickster's gone. I don't have any digital copies from that. I only have my old digital copies on my smart TV and on my tablet. That's about it. But it's fine. I have the Black Adam as part of my new digital copy because those are just rentals. Eventually, they're going to disappear. That's why I get the physical thing of everything. I get the Blu-ray because I have a new Blu-ray player now, and I have the DVD. See, it's in there. There's the Blu-ray. I always keep my physical version because there's special features on this thing. You got the history of Black Adam, who is the Justice Society from Soul to Screen, Black Adam, a new type of action, costumes make the hero, and more. There's no commentary. That's why I decided to do one. Because this and Well, no, Thor Ragnarok has one. There's the crown. I wanted to wear an Adam Smasher costume, but it was hard to find on Amazon for a cheap price. But he has to wear a mask. So if I ever get that costume, I'm not wearing it for Comic Con. Maybe a Halloween party or something, but not Comic Con because there's too many people. If Caitlin does a DC character after Last of Us, it'll be adorable. Yeah, I want to see her just owning it. They can't say she's not marketable because guess what? People like her films. They enjoyed her in Booksmart. They liked, what was it called? No One Will Save You. They liked her in Rosalind. Tickets to Paradise did well, even though she's not the lead. They like her. They don't like Ezra Miller. They don't like Amber Heard. We don't like people like we don't like Jonathan Majors anymore because he's an asshole. He almost killed. He assaulted a woman and thought he could get away with it. No, you hit somebody, you're gonna get it. Unless you're in the ring, then fighting is legal. If you're a boxer, kickboxer, MMA fighter, but if you assault someone, you pay the price. You can't run away from that. Noah Centineo did a really breakout performance here. He proved he's not just a Netflix guy. He's a funny, charismatic actor. He got a show that was a hit on Netflix. I like him. He has way more charisma than freaking Millie Bobby Brown, who only got popular because Stranger Things is the biggest thing on Netflix to this day, even though the show's been on hiatus for over a year now. Shazam, yep. They say Shazam in this movie. That's why it was a disappointment that, they brought back Henry Cavill for this one cameo, and yet he doesn't fight Shazam or Black Adam. So, well, Caitlin is marketable. She is, and she's young, so she has a lot of time to, own it. Think she's going to be a marketable in season late Last of Us. No one, Lana got to break out and do things outside. Who's Lana? Lana. Oh, Lana Condor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she did. And her first movie was a X-Men movie. Not great, but she was fine in it. I didn't hate this movie just because it reminded me of other superhero movies. It wasn't boring, guys. Yep. You shouldn't. Black Adam reminded me really of a Sith Lord from Star Wars because he has lightning from his hands and he has a hoodie. He's very, very Sith-like. Look at that face, yeah. And The Rock is always going to be charismatic to me because I love him as a wrestler, as an actor, a voice actor. He's just an entertaining guy. That's why I have so many of his films and so many of his wrestling matches. Do I have any tissue in here? No. I don't want to miss a scene, so your magic is weak. I didn't hate this Super Pets or Fury. No, Super Pets did well and it was cute. And Black Adam had a cameo in that too. But that movie had, the pets are really, really, cool characters. They carried the movie without the superheroes, but it worked because it was a good kids movie. It didn't have anything gay in it, except for Kate McKinnon, but whatever. This scene was awesome. I saw this in the theater. I was like, damn, he just obliterated these guys. He doesn't just kill them, he incinerates them. He makes the Emperor look like weak in Rise of Skywalker because he does this without any force powers. Mm-hmm. He ripped that guy's arm off. This earns its PG-13 rating. This is not a kids movie. If people are like, oh, I'm going to take my kids to this, I'm going to laugh like Shazam, right? No, wrong. This you're going to see him obliterate people in the first 20 minutes. Your weapons are no match for me. My wrestling matches are CM Punk and Maria Kanellis. Well, to be fair, Black Adam is killing people that are evil. It's not like they were innocent bystanders. They're shooting at him. What do you think he's going to do? I got this one first because I wanted to get it. I wanted to see Atom Smasher again. It's a good character. It's like the Atom from Legends of Tomorrow, another underrated DC character. There he is. Yeah. And I like this movie way better than the 2017 Mummy movie because that was just awful. That movie failed and it destroyed the universe beforehand. Even when DC fails, sometimes they still give us an entertaining movie. This is not Batman and Robin. This is not Catwoman. This isn't Superman 4. No, those are way worse than this. This has a budget. This is actually funny. This has a good soundtrack. It looks great. Yeah, it looks like a film. It's not just a CGI cartoon like everything last year. The Rock is always charismatic, even in his dramatic stuff. Yeah, I saw Snitch. It's a good performance. Red Notice, that was fun. That came out like a year before this, right? In the 10-year plan, I want to see Green Lantern. We have to have him. We haven't had him in over a decade, and it's time. Only in animation, because we had the Beware My Power, I thought was underrated. Tevye was just expecting too much out of the Jon Stewart story. I thought it was fine. At least it was different. Mm-hmm. He has the Shazam powers, except his costume is darker. And he's a man. He's not a young boy inside of a man's body. Teth Adams is actually a man. He's not a boy. He was a boy in the beginning of the movie, in the flashback, when his father gets killed. And he is ripping it. Yeah. Could they have got another actor? Yeah. Yep. Eat that. Yep. He claps them to death like the Hulk. Hold on. I could throw this over there. I got this bag right here. This is what I'm going to use for the garbage. Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. They just want to complain about everything. They want every movie to be perfect and make $1 billion. I'm like, this was never going to make $1 billion. Even if this came out before the pandemic, it still wouldn't have made $1 billion because people are just very mixed on the DCU. They were from the beginning when Man of Steel was this darker version. This is a dark character. That's why he's dark. So they nailed the tone of this character. He's not cracking jokes and smiling or looking, stoic all the time. Green Lantern is coming to Superman Legacy. Yeah, and this is a chance to reintroduce him into the DC universe, live action, and not make him just be there for 5 minutes like Supergirl. They got to give him more to do. Ooh, that's scary. First 10 shows and movies, and we could see Jon Stewart, Jessica Cruz, and Hal Jordan. Yeah, Batgirl. I'd love to see her again. Again, if they had released that version. Excuse me. Yeah, that hurts him. Mm-hmm. Eternium. Yep, it does hurt him. He has a weakness. We all do. Phantasm. Yeah. You mean the Phantasm? Yeah. It's a woman. I mean, they could change it to a man because they've done the gender thing already in Marvel and DC, where they changed characters that were originally boys into girls and girls into boys. They've done that. Yes, you will, because he's the main character, and he doesn't have a cape right now. He doesn't have a cape. Caitlyn should be Batgirl or another. Yeah, there are plenty of girls. People hated the Marvels and my sisters and my. They hated it because they hated Brie from the beginning. When she got cast, they hated her. I don't get why. It's not like she's a bad actress that won a bunch of Razzies. She won an Oscar, and people keep forgetting that. They act like Room was non-canon. That movie came out in theaters. It was not direct to streaming. Hmm. I didn't see Echo, so don't spoil it in the chat, because I didn't have any interest. At least the Marvels is still better than Echo. At least she can talk, and she's not deaf. None of the girls were. There he is, the Hawkman. Yeah, he was great. He would have been a good Kang, way better than Jonathan Majors. And he follows the law. He was a good. He was also Green Lantern as well, the voice of Green Lantern. It's a good actor. He's like a better Idris Elba. And there's Viola Davis, good actress. The character is just kind of mixed for me, because she's very stoic. Like, she talks like this, like half her eyes are open. And she won an Oscar too, I think, or got an Oscar nomination. Room was named one of the best films of 2015. It is. It's one of the best dramas of that year. And it wasn't pretentious or 3 hours long. It was like, what, an hour and 45 minutes? Yes, I know she says she's non-binary. You're a girl. Stop fooling yourself, Quintessa. You're a girl. You sound like a girl. You look like a girl. Non-binary, they just don't know what they are. Trust me, I know. I look down and I know exactly what you are. Caitlyn is all female. She's cute. And as a female character, because that's what I'm going to say she is, she's a guy hater. And wait, they hated Brie because they think that she's, yeah, here's Noah Centineo. Yeah, this is a cameo from the original. There's Henry Winkler. They're finding replacements for Kang, and I want to see Hawkman in love with Hawkgirl in the DC. Love it, Henry Winkler, yeah. Hey, yeah. And there's Doctor Fate, yes. Basically, Doctor Strange with a helmet. Yeah, there's Pierce freaking Brosnan, man. One of the better performances in this movie. And I like the costumes here. Yes, Hawkman looks like Hawkeye. I mean, not was it Hawkeye? No, Falcon. And also, yeah, it is. And Adam Smasher is a mix of like Ant-Man and Deadpool, because the mask is Deadpool, just blue. They have to change it so that Marvel didn't get, didn't sue, because you know what the next Marvel movie is, right? And Doctor Fate is basically Doctor Strange, and Quintessa is like Storm. Her name is Cyclone here. I'm not going to date her, but I want to meet her. At her, I'm not going to say they. There is no they. You're a woman or a man. There's nothing else. With Doctor Fate, we got some cool visuals. Like Multiverse of Madness, Hawkman's estate. Yeah, it looks like the X-Men school, like Charles Xavier's school for the gifted. I don't mind Doctor Fate. He's cool. Quintessa, I like her. Grace, she knows she's a woman. Yeah, she is. She had a skirt and everything. And it's a small team. It's not 15 characters that are going to die in the beginning, like the Suicide Squad. Because I don't believe in no non-binary. That doesn't exist. That's unnatural. Or asexual. The only things that can reproduce asexually are certain animals and plants. That's it. Not human beings. That's all BS, and they know it. Also, unlike the Flash, Noah Centineo's normal. He's not a psychopath grooming people. She's cute. Well, she's not a Tessa Thompson. I think Tessa Thompson is better looking because she's a woman, but she's also part of that group. How old is Henry Winkler? Is like in his 70s now or 80s? I'm gonna check, but I don't want this thing to crash. I've been doing well so far. He's 78 years old. I was right. He's in his 70s. He's going to be 79 in October. Good for him. He's a really good actor and very funny and so New York. I love how New York he is. Yeah, he had a flashback. And also, all these DC movies are going to have references. You can't say, I want a DC movie that doesn't reference anything. It is going to reference Batman. It's going to reference Superman. It's going to reference Cyborg or Flash or Green Lantern or somebody because it's a universe, guys, not a neighborhood. Sorry. Wonder Woman did reference other things too, because who is she sending the email to at the end? Bruce Wayne, who's Batman. Yeah. References are not bad as long as you're not shoving it in my face. See, there's the Flash symbol. That was cool. You have Superman, Batman's bat thing. I liked Freddy better than this kid, in the Shazam movies. The costume looks great. It looks accurate to the comics. His costume's darker in the comics, like black. Here it looks like dark green or gray, but it looks fine. Because people are comparing this to like Batman and Robin. I'm like, this is not a cartoon. Yeah, Kahndaq is a city now. My best DC movies are Superman, Batman 1989, Batman Returns, and Batman Forever. Yeah. We're about 30 minutes in, 31 minutes. So far, so good. Yeah, I don't want to change the tabs because I don't want I don't want to lose my Wi-Fi. He's wearing the crown. Also, this guy's a comic relief without being overbearing. He's not annoying. He's not Jesse Eisenberg twitching like, no, he's not doing that. There's freaking the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. The man with no name. The revolt. Because I know how some of these critics are like, we don't want to reference anything in the MCU. But the thing is that Echo is a reference. It's referencing Hawkeye, which is the last show that came out that she was in, and Daredevil. So you can't it has nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. I know, because Aquaman was the end. I'll wait till it's on streaming though. I didn't see Blue Beetle. I didn't see Blue Beetle because I don't want to hear Spanish for half the movie. I already did that with Spider Verse. I'm good. I can wait until March. Naya should do something like this after Monster High. Yeah, because she's a star now. New X-Men are coming once we say goodbye to the old one. We said goodbye already, Josh. We said goodbye when Dark Phoenix came out. That was the death of the X-Men. I didn't see the New Mutants because I heard it was bad. What's next? People are going to complain about Miles being connected. Miles is going to be in live action. That's going to happen. Why? Because he's so popular. They can do anything with him. They could do anything with Miles, and they will sell. They did 2 games that sold, and 2 cartoons that sold, and he's been very popular in the comics, just like Miss Marvel. Mm-hmm. Because The Rock has basically my complexion. He's just a little darker than me. He's not a white man. His father was black. Rest in peace, Rocky Johnson. Nice. Miles is going to be in the MCU. Yeah. The next Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, I guarantee you they're going to reference him. Why? It's the only direction they can go to. His life got restarted after the end of No Way Home, and he has to meet him. It's part of the It's part of the inevitability. Because how dare they try to put a fake Miles in Madam Web, Josh? Who is that guy? He was in Spider Verse, but he's barely in it. The what was his name? What was his name? Like Solomon something, or yeah. Because they were not going to cast a white guy to play Black Adam. I want to see Miles in live action. That's inevitable. I'll give Kamala more friends to see. Yeah, because she knows Miles. Plus, people would love seeing him interact with interracial and love and friendship. Yeah, and it's going to happen. You can't be this popular and then never do a live action, because I'm like, yeah, all these superheroes eventually get a live action, whether we like it or not. Even Batwoman got it, and she was terrible. And that guy, that fake Spidey that's going to be in Madam Web, I'm like, it's a cool costume if this was a Spider-Man movie, but Sony is teasing us. They don't want to give us a Miles movie yet, or Spider Gwen or whatever, or instead they have to throw this fake Spider-Man in a Madam Web movie. And I don't even know who Madam Web is. Honestly, I don't. I barely know her. He's good. He's not too stoic. Yeah, and plus he's already proven himself. Aldous Hodge, he's done two DC properties, so putting him in Marvel would work because we already like him. Because every girl I met at Comic Con knows that I'm heterosexual. They could see it on my face. They could just feel my aura, and they're like, "Oh, you like girls? Yeah, I do." We're getting Spider Gwen after Beyond Spider Verse, but that's the thing. The across the first 15 minutes is about Gwen. Miles isn't even in it. That's why I was upset at first. I'm like, why isn't Miles in this opening? Oh, they're gonna save him for the when the villain shows up, the Spot. Avi Arad is to blame. Yeah, he is to blame because he's like the he's like the male version of Kathleen Kennedy. He lets his interference causes a friction in the Sony universe. That's why Venom hasn't been in the MCU yet, not officially anyway. Avi Arad is to blame for no spider people in the Sony movies. He's not going to mess with Zelda. No, he better not. If he makes Link a non-binary, I'm gonna just say suck it, because I'm like, Nintendo fans do not forgive easily when you mess with them. Look at the Virtual Boy. Yeah, when that came out, Nintendo fans were not having it. They were not having it. That was the first big failure for Nintendo game wise, and we never looked back after that. There were other failures too, GameCube, the Wii U, but there were some good games on that. The the freaking Virtual Boy was so dark and red you couldn't see anything. It was one of the most visually impaired systems I've ever played in my life. If they mess with Zelda, no, they're going to be there. Yeah, he ruined Spider-Man 3 and the Amazing Spider-Man films because he had to make them too long and he had to cut scenes out that were important, character development. And I don't mind the accents in this movie. They're in the Middle East. I get it. They're going to have accents. They're not in like, because in Miss Marvel, they were in Jersey. So, in the first season, you saw the arcade machines in the middle of the street. That's like the diamond cutter. Bam. And if people say that they don't speak English in certain countries, yes, they do, especially if they're near like England or something like that. I mean, Morocco, they speak French there, and it's a Middle Eastern country in Africa. So the world is a very strange place, guys. Yeah, I do. You're that hot woman from the L Word. Not one of the main characters. She was a side character, but mwah, chef's kiss, Josh. Chef's kiss. I never said I was never into it. That's great. Clunk. Didn't even hurt him. If this was the WWE, The Rock would have been down for the count. Yeah, that was awesome. He's bulletproof, just like Shazam was. And I wanted to see that fight. That would have been awesome. You could have made a fan film with The Rock and Zachary Levi, 30 minutes long, and there you go. Them just fighting each other, and that would sell. Trust me, guys, you don't have to make things long to be interesting. Because the Mario movie was 83 minutes, and it sold billions of dollars in tickets and Blu-rays. It's so awesome. I enjoyed this film. It's fun. Once Adam Smasher showed up, I'm like, I already know who my favorite character in the movie is. I'm even dressed like him. Look, I got red and blue. I got my Wonder Woman hat. I hope Zelda's good. Yeah, it is happening. They already greenlit it, Spidey. Hell yeah. That's such a great scene. Wait. I didn't have tissue, so I had to use that shirt. That's fine. Uh, Aldous Hodge is a good actor. Yeah, he is, and I like that he's black, but he doesn't have to overemphasize it or have a British accent that takes me out of it, like Elba or Adewale or whatever. Seen him in stuff. Middle Eastern people are being involved in films, yeah, because they're diverse. Mario 2, we're gonna see Rosalina and more of the Mario world, and hopefully Princess Daisy and Yoshi and even Wario. There's a lot of characters in Nintendo and DC. So go, go, go. Plus, I saw Hawkman already in Legends of Tomorrow. Plus, I like that the heroes show up early in the movie. We don't have to wait an hour for them to get in the costume. That's not good pacing, guys. In Wakanda Forever, I had to wait till the end of the movie to see Black Panther. That's not what I paid for, guys. 2 hours and then she's in the costume. That's way too long. It should have been 90 minutes into the movie or less. You don't get into a costume at the end of the movie. That's dumb. That's dumb. That looks cool. Also, this movie is. You mean the movie's not as terrible? Because Batman and Robin is worse. That's a cartoon of America. Shazam was supposed to be in this team to fight Black Adam, but again, plans changed because of the pandemic, the writer strike, and because DC movies were flopping. You threw $200 million to these movies. This is a cool visual. That is so cool. That's not. By the way, that's not Pierce Brosnan in the costume because he looks younger. Ooh. Sonic 3, I know what's going to happen with Shadow and Amy Rose with a cute voice. Yeah. Wakanda, I get it because she lost her brother, but 2 hours into the movie, Josh, even the Mario movie from 93 didn't wait 2 hours. They waited about an hour. But again, it was a The Rock didn't want Shazam involved. Again, that's why it didn't work. If you don't put your ego aside and give the fans what they want, they will turn on you. That's why Aquaman 2 is not making money like the first one. It is an Aquaman movie, but no Mira, no Nicole Kidman. They're barely in the film. There's no the villain is the same villain from the last movie, just with more screen time and more anger. And the movie's 2 hours, and it's just being a silly comedy, like trying to be like Thor Ragnarok or Thor Love and Thunder, and those got mixed results. Yeah, that's awesome. I love the visuals in this movie. I don't care what anybody says. This looks like a superhero movie. It's got the budget and the CG that doesn't make me laugh, or it doesn't have bad CGI looking babies or cats or whatever. No, that's cool. Mira, that's for me because I can't wait. I don't want to see a better actress. Yeah, Madeline Petch would have been much better than Amber Heard. Amber Heard is a criminal. DC and Marvel cannot cast criminals in their movies anymore because if you make it do the crime, you do the time. Yeah, I've never committed a crime in my life, guys. I got 2 fines in college, and it was not my fault. I never broken the law in my life. Yeah, she's cute. You're cute, and like I said, I'm a guy. I know what I am, and I know what I like, especially black girls. So you can't hide from me. It's like I'm a they. No, you're a girl. Your name is Quintessa. Yeah, Madeline would have been much better because she's already oozed enough sexiness in Riverdale to be a redhead, and she's a natural redhead. This is fun. 46 minutes in, and I have a smile on my face. Plus, this is The Rock, like when he was a heel, like in WWE when he had that intense face. That works. He's not cracking jokes and smiling with that. Here we go. Twirl. That is a cool visual. Plus, it was good to see another character with Storm-like powers because Storm was underused in Dark Phoenix and in X-Men Apocalypse. They made her a villain. Why would you do that? That's not what the fans want. They want a Storm from the comics, white outfit, accent, and their eyes glowing. And she's a hero, not a villain. She was actually a leader of the X-Men in the comics. Yet in the movies they underused her. And here we go. This is Adam Smash. I love his powers. I love Noah Centinneo's personality. He has personality in this movie. He's joking. That's not that. This is a DC movie. We don't do jokes. Here we go. Can't wait for Deadpool 3, man. It's 6 months. I can't wait. I can't wait. Here we go. Madeline, she can pull it off because she has the hair and she can make it sexier in the 10-year plan. Yeah. And she's young. She's younger than Amber Heard, and she never broke the law in her life. I guarantee you, if this movie came out like 5 or 10 years ago, it would have done way better than when the pandemic happened. People just got more selective and more cynical. They're like, I'm sick of superhero stuff. Well, you're not going to get that much this year. All you got is Echo. That is the only superhero thing coming out this month. That's a cool visual. Here's a slow mo, but it's not overused. I only complain about a movie when I'm bored. When I'm bored out of my mind, like those Guy Ritchie movies I sat through. Yeah, I love that. I love that costume so much, man. And he could be a Deadpool in the future, guys. I think that Noah Centineo, after Ryan Reynolds retires the role, you can have him play another Deadpool in another universe or something because he has the comedic chops. He's not just the pretty boy from To All the Boys. No, he's actually really funny here, and I love his costume. That's a cool visual. I'm gonna remember that forever, man. I love her long hair. Yes, they do. They do. Superhero stuff. isn't going anywhere. No, they're gonna keep doing it. The Boys is still getting another season. People just don't want to watch, the same stuff. They don't want a big CGI battle at the end. That's been done to death. I had a smile the whole time I watched this battle because I'm like, I like these characters a lot. No, because he literally has the same mask that Deadpool had. It's just painted it blue, and he has no eyes. Long live the champion. Noah could be a good Deadpool because he has the comedic chops. Him or Billy Magnuson. Those will be my choice to play a comedic. Or Billy Magnuson should play this guy from DC. What's his name? What's his name? The one that wears blue and yellow. Oh, I forgot. What's that DC character name? I don't want this to stop. See, DC character blue and yellow. Yeah, Booster Gold. He should be Booster Gold. I don't want it to be Chris Pratt. He's done enough already, guys. He's Mario. He's Garfield. He's been in He's been in Guardians. I wanted to go to Billy Magnuson. He would be a great Booster Gold because that character sounds really interesting. He thinks he's a superhero. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, like Kick-Ass, except not, an idiot. But why do people complain about this scene? Because there's a lot of CGI. It's a superhero DC movie. You're gonna get CG. Even Wonder Woman had it, guys. The first Wonder Woman. Every DC movie, the only one that doesn't have CGI is a lot of it is the Batman and Joker because they're in the real world. They're not this fantasy world that DC has made. Yeah, it's a fantasy, guys. Live in it. Booster Gold is coming. Yeah, I really want that, Josh. You get a good actor. Oh, I'm so sorry. Was that expensive? That's funny, man. Aldous, you own it, man. You are a boss, man. Me and you. See, he said something short. He has authority in his voice. I love that. That's so good, man. He owns it. He's so good, man. Look, I'm blushing. I'm turning red. I am so sorry. See, he's funny. It's not overly done. He's not cracking a joke every 2 seconds. He's Booster Gold. Yeah, I want him to be in a movie, like he get his own show. They could be like Peacemaker. It doesn't have to have a $200 million budget. You don't need that. You need good writing, good actors, good direction, good production, and a good pace. I'm a DC fan too, guys. I mean, I didn't turn on them when this movie didn't do well. You saw the fist bump. Because look how many DC movies I bought on Amazon over the years. And I got a bunch of them at the dollar store. And my sister did a DC party 2 years ago. So I'm obviously a fan. I still got my costumes of Green Lantern and the Flash. You saw the statue? Yeah, the arms are off. We're almost an hour in. Yeah. Me and you. We're going to talk. I love that. Booster Gold is definitely going to get something because I think he's a character that can be used. You don't need a $200 million budget. Like I said, make it look good without spending, a Disney budget, if you will. Zoe Dush or Jessica Roth could do a DC property. Yeah, I would love, especially Zoe, because she is beautiful and her mother was successful in Back to the Future. So I could mute this part. Chastain is not too old to be in a Marvel movie because guess what? You have people in their 50s and 60s still in the MCU and in the DCU, the 10-year plan. I hope Nicholas Holt is a good Lex Luthor because I'm not a fan of the actor. I couldn't stand him as Beast in X-Men First Class, etc. He was just a bad beast. What's it call it? This guy was the better. Kelsey Grammer is Beast, no matter what. Now, he's the best version of Beast we ever got on film since the animated series. We're almost an hour in. Mhm. He's not. Jack the Giant Slayer, you said that that's the one thing you don't mind him in. Yeah, because he's using his normal accent and it's a different take on Jack and the Beanstalk. And I loved Ewan McGregor with his Obi-Wan Kenobi accent. Eleanor is a beautiful redhead, so it's something different. It's not just Kate Winslet or Emma Watson. And also, it was a good-looking film. The visuals were good, and it was under 2 hours. It wasn't 3 hours. Bryan Singer's done way longer films. Ishmael. Is Miss Marvel better? Yes, because Iman is the one of the most adorable things I've seen on the screen in 2 years. And people said it. Even people that hated the Marvels said she was the breakout star. She was the best part of it. Yeah, because she has a personality and she's bubbly and smiling and reacting to stuff. She's normal. She's not overselling it. She's not annoying. How dare they say she's annoying? They're just racist. The Crown. He has a cyborg comic. The Marvels is a good movie. I'm going to stand by that movie. That and this deserved better. They didn't deserve to flop. There were movies that were garbage last year, like that deserved to flop, like Hypnotic and 65. Those were pieces of trash that should have never been in theaters. Yeah, Zoe 102 that should have never been made because they wasted a budget with the original cast and they're just drinking and cursing and being stupid. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. This film is entertaining. Eleanor should have been in DC. Yeah, by now she should have probably been Mara. Also, Chris McQuarrie wrote that movie. He wrote what? Jack the Giant Slayer. Yeah, that was before he did Mission Impossible. Iman had me smiling, especially when she meets Haley. Yeah, and Haley, you know, I'm more into her, Josh, because she's older than Iman. She's like, I'm 23. I'm like, no, you're 27 now. But I almost screamed in the theater. I saw, I was beaming. Hmm. Oh, hmm, what a fight! Plus, they don't overdo this. They don't oversell the comedy like they do in like a Michael Bay Transformers movie, where half of the comedy feels really forced. If Rebecca Ferguson played a superhero, I want her to. I guarantee you, people will like her in that part. That was kind of cool. Good stunt work. Those are cool. They're like stormtroopers. They fly now. Hey, this is not as painful as the Last Jedi. I'll take this over 10 Last Jedi's or Rise of Skywalker because it's shorter, and even it's better than Ahsoka because Black Adam is the main character of this story. He's not sidelined. He's not underused. He's in the movie. Yeah, there's a small portion of the movie he takes a nap, but that's fine. It gives the other characters time. Rebecca has the voice for a heroine. She does. She's sexy. Yeah, Black Adam he breaks out of a door like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, that's those are cool. It reminds me of a Star Wars movie, yeah, or like one of the prequels or something like that, or one of the Disney Plus shows, or the speeder bikes from Return of the Jedi, just that they can, that's cool. Who is the Black Adam character? You know who he is, Spidey. Here we go. There's a scene where he's running. Yeah, I think so. That's awesome. I will say this, Josh. Even though this and Ant-Man Quantumania, I prefer this a little bit more now because it doesn't have a murder, it doesn't have a criminal in it. And I love Ant-Man, and I loved Cassie as Stature, but man, the CG is better here. I will say that it is better. Yeah, it's better than Modoc. Modoc does look terrible when his face shows up. Yep, he hit Hawkman again. My bad. Me and you. People were laughing in the theater. They were laughing. This is a cool scene. And this movie has a relentless pace. It doesn't slow down for 30 or 40 minutes like other movies did. Are you going to do Quantumania when I get it on Blu ray? I'm going to do it. Yeah, take that. Or I could watch it on Disney Plus. That was cool. That was a cool scene. Because when he's flying, that's not Pierce Brosnan. That's another actor. Yeah, I like Doctor Fate's still my favorite Flash movie, Josh. The Lego The Flash. Hmm. It's baby. It's just a little magic. Remember that? Yeah. Also, I want to see Zatanna. No more teasing me. Riverdale already had that. It had Camila Mendez, who would be the perfect Zatanna because she looks just like her. She has the hat and the sexy outfit. I'm like, yeah, I would love that. That would be like a fan casting's dream, wet dream. And it's a diverse casting, but Zatanna could be anybody. Excuse me that I want a superhero movie that's not boring or 4 hours long, like Killers of the Flower Moon, or the Snyder Cut, which is way too long. It could have been an hour shorter, or an hour and a half shorter. Because I'm like, you don't need to make a superhero movie that long. You're not Lord of the Rings, Zack Snyder. I didn't even hate Rebel Moon. I know everybody did. Every person that saw the movie on Netflix says this is the worst movie Zack Snyder's ever released. How dare you give us a PG-13 cut? I'm like, he does this. He likes to screw with people. He gives them a PG-13 cut of a movie and then gives them a longer cut, like they did with the Snyder cut and Batman v Superman. Just take what you can get, guys. I had to. This doesn't need a 3 hour cut. It doesn't. I'm fine with what we got. So many movies in 2022 and 2023 were overly long. he throws them like the Hulk. That's fine. That voice is really, really cool. See, this looks great. Why didn't MODOK look like this? They could have kept his face mask on. You didn't need to show this face. It looks dumb. He's a dumb looking character, even in the cartoon. Kang looked great in the movie, but he's going to be recast because just for the safety of the MCU. No one wants to see a criminal on screen like OJ or Bill Cosby. And by the way, Noah Centineo has more screen time in this than half of the characters in Eternals. I will take this over any Eternals movie because this was not boring. It wasn't 2.5 hours of British accents and talking and flashbacks and freaking sex scenes and gay stuff. It wasn't needed. You don't need that in a superhero movie. You don't need that. Eternals 2 should never be made. That scene is funny, yeah. I didn't even smile in Eternals. I was bored. I stand by the multiverse of madness and movies like that got hated on for no reason. They hated it because Wanda got all the screen time. I'm like, she was not going to be a cameo, guys. Wanda ain't dead. I'm not against sex scenes in a movie, no, but it was just forced in there. I mean, it's with two characters that have no chemistry, dry humping on a beach for like 3 seconds. Whoopee. There's no love involved. It's just there. The Daredevil had a better scene. The theatrical cut. Yep. Oh yeah. Watch this. This is a great. You have to break the door. That's right. Yeah, she does get a few licks in there. She's tough. Never mess with a mom. Do not mess with them. They will have the strength of 10, 20 men. Mojo isn't gonna like wait, Mojo isn't gonna look like a joke. And no, he's not, because you can use motion capture and do it well, like they did in the Star Wars prequels. Can you fly, Bobby? It's a good joke. This is mm-hmm. See, Hawkman has some compassion. There's a lot of villains in Marvel that could be done well. I love that. Hmm. It's true. I do. I love that. That was in the trailer. Well, I do. Yeah, he's not a hero. He's an anti-hero or a villain. That's why I wanted to see him fight Shazam. It would have been a great fight, but the stupid pandemic and the writer strike stole that from us. That's what I'm going to blame, guys. I'm not blaming DC. It's not their fault, not completely anyway, because it's not their fault that they released a Wonder Woman sequel during a terrible virus plague. Mojo has the most potential because he's pretty much what people are scared of in terms of electronics. And Mr. Sinister. Yeah, Mr. Sinister is a really creepy looking villain. They can put him after Deadpool 3. You saw the Flash, yeah, he got slashed. Oh, the foreshadowing. And Aquaman, yeah. All those heroes got a taste of ridicule, but we get it. We'll move on. All of this is foreshadowing. It's some really good visual foreshadowing. There's the crown. Hmm. And the acting is fine here. There's nobody in this movie that gives a horrible performance. Even the villain, while he's lame, he's not like, oh my God, just shut up. No, he's not Lex Luthor from Batman v Superman. That was a painfully bad performance from a good actor because Zack Snyder didn't know what to do with him. He's like, just act like the Joker or the Riddler and twitch a lot. You're not scary. Jesse Eisenberg talking like really fast like this is not scary. Her name is Adriana. These are good actors. These aren't terrible actors. There's not one Razzie performance in this performance. It's not Tom Hardy going. That's worse than this. Yeah, Venom and Venom 2 are god awful compared to this, or Morbius. That was a way worse movie. I saw that movie and I was like, God, this is hurting me. Yes, yes, ma'am. See, she can be tough and it works. It doesn't feel forced. And it's a very diverse cast. The only two white people here are Pierce Brosnan and Noah Centineo. People want to see their comic book characters come to life. Let it go, yeah. Yeah, it is a superhero movie. No. Plus, they couldn't get Brosnan couldn't do this forever because Benedict Cumberbatch is much younger than him. That's why he's going to come back. And he's a great Doctor Strange, by the way. This movement that he does with his hands, I love it. And it came out the same year as this, but that movie made a lot of money worldwide. It made more than the first Doctor Strange. I got to see that other Doctor Strange movie that came out, the one from the 70s that was a TV movie. I want to see that because I saw the Doctor Mordred last year. It's actually pretty underrated. I liked it. The effects were pretty good, and Jeffrey Combs did a good performance. She has beautiful long hair. More copyrighted music. I love that they have stormtroopers in this movie, and they look way better than those baby stormtroopers from The Force Awakens. Why weren't any of these actors at Comic Con last year? I would have get them to sign this. If they come this year, I'll let them sign this. Why not? Zachary Levi signed my Shazam Blu-ray. Again, Doctor Fate's costume looks amazing. That's Pierce Brosnan in the costume, but looks way better than Force Awakens. Yeah, no, because in those countries they kill people if they're gay. Yeah, if you're gay in the Middle East, they will lynch you. That's why I'm not part of that group. Yeah, they don't do it here because it's a fantasy. It's a fictional Middle Eastern country. But really, yeah, you're in the LGB and you're toast. Lawrence, you're toast. I don't make the rules, guys. Yeah, that's what all these people are talking about. Robin is also going to be involved. Yeah, I want to see Robin again. Middle Eastern. You don't have to be that strict, especially towards girls. Women are feminists. Yeah, they're feminine. I mean, Sarah Shahid. That's why she lives here in the U.S. because she's free. You put the shield off. This is the Matrix slow mo shot with the bullet. Shahid will get to do something like this again. Yeah, I hope so because people can get a second chance. A box office flop does not mean it's the end for everything. Now, Ezra Miller, his career is over because he's a psychopath. Yeah, these actors will rise again. Aldous, they already want him to play Kang, and that would be great because he has that authority just in his face more than Jonathan Majors' big lips and screaming a lot. And yeah, again, he's a criminal. This is fun. An hour and 20 minutes in, and I'm having a great time. And you can't give me a copyright infringement this time, guys. I got the headphones, so you get nothing. This is like the Matrix. Yeah, the slow mo bullet time, one bullet, and but it's good looking slow mo. Catherine Newton is already getting chances. Yeah, and people liked her at Comic Con. Her line was pretty long, Josh. She has a fan base. They didn't hate her as Cassie, as adult Cassie. And the MCU, she's not the worst MCU. No, not even close. The worst is Gemma Chan. No other girl bored me more than that thing. She's worse than Haley Atwell. Why? Because Haley Atwell was not a lead. She was a side character in the MCU, never a lead, except in her own show that had 2 seasons and it flopped. Except for bad box office rock. That could stop any actor for, especially if because Margot Robbie had to do Barbie, or her career would have been over. Let's face it, because DC was not doing her any justice. I thought her Harley Quinn was annoying. Hopefully, Lady Gaga will be better. She'll be a more serious Harley Quinn, not as jokey, and she can do the accent because she's not Australian. That helps. Okay, I could mute this part. There's just more subtitles. Yeah, there's about 3 scenes that are subtitled, but it's not a lot. Wakanda Forever, half the movie is subtitled. Mainly the fish people, was it what you call it, Namor, and also the people in Wakanda. Karen isn't even boring at all in anything she does. No, she's always putting. Cersei was just boring. She can turn people into trees. Yeah, that's for you, writers. I still think Maggie Q would have been interesting. Yeah, because Maggie Q's not boring. She's always been sexy in everything I've seen her in. I hope she can do that. Gaga, all mine, all in the fears from me. Yeah, I'm not scared because I'm like DC's not going to make it a 50 Shades of Grey or Blonde. No, they want people to see the movie, not get scared. Rosanna Pansino, Kat Lindy, Virginia, Jonathan, all of you are beautiful. Yeah, they are. I'll mute this part. That's why I prefer Shazam more than this. Of course, the first Shazam, because there's no subtitles in the movie. You don't need it. It's not necessary. The symbol looks cool on him. Because this actually takes place before Shazam. That's why he has the powers first. Give the lead actress from 365 Days. Yeah, give her a second chance. She's not a bad actress. Yep, there it is. Have you seen Dream Warriors? Yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street 3? Yeah, I did. This DVD looks great too. It's not a bootleg. Hmm. I'd like to see Anna Maria as Wonder Woman. That would be good, like in an animated feature. I really love Stana Katic as Wonder Woman's voice. Something says that she'll be in love and not kidnapped. Oh, trust me, Rock, you won't. You won't. Zachary Levi could come back. He could come back because, like I said, they brought back Tobey Maguire as Spider Man in No Way Home and Andrew Garfield. Task Force X Black Site secret location. This could have might as well have been the Fortress of Solitude. I don't think this movie killed anything. It really didn't. Because I've seen worse movies last year and in 2022 and even 2021. I'm still waiting for Spider-Man 4. Yeah, it's coming, Spidey. It's coming. It is. It's in development. An underwater scene. I mean, last year we had a movie, a Mission Impossible movie flop, all because of Barbenheimer. But hey, there's going to be another one next year. I'll be there for it. I want to live. There's Jennifer Holland, Josh. Yep, the woman from Peacemaker. And she has a smile on her face. She's not, I'm so sad. Beautiful woman. James Gunn, take good care of her. Don't you dare lay a hand on her. Hmm. She looks great with blonde hair. So beautiful. It's a cameo. She's a beautiful woman, Jennifer Holland. That's why I wanted her, to be more, less sad, like a less sad sack in Peacemaker, because it's a comedy. It's supposed to be funny. And it was funny when Cena was on screen. But when you have the black girl being stupid and Chawuki overacting and you have the freaking British guy that plays a vigilante, it was too much. I was like, I only care about Peacemaker mostly. Him and his eagle are the best characters in the show, and that show worked mostly. Some of the writing was terrible, but again, it was the dialogue, not the story. The story and the action were good. The dialogue was kind of cringe for me, but that's cool. You're cute. Hmm. I like that this movie's spirit. It has spirit. It's not a soulless cash grab like I've seen before. I'll take this over a Disney remake any day because again, those fail now because they're just soulless cash grabs. Most of them, not all of them. I like Haunted Mansion and Peach Dragon and even Pinocchio, but some of them are blatantly obvious that they just wanted to make money more than the original, like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King. No, I'll stick with the cartoons because I know they're better. Hmm. I miss Robin Williams. Yeah, this will be 10 years since he passed away. I want to do another one of his films. I haven't done one in a while. At least Riding Hood isn't Disney. No, it's not. They haven't done a Red Riding Hood, but they can do try something interesting to make her unique, like sci-fi. Yeah, I said Red Riding Hood 2058. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's all fate. That's why I didn't die when I got COVID, because I want to live. I do. I was sick like a horse, like a dog in December. That's why I didn't do any podcasts after Christmas until New Year's. I was very sick. I was congested. I had a fever. I was coughing a lot. I sneezed a lot. So I'm better now because I stood home. It's funny. The first thing I saw Pierce Brosnan in was not Bond. It was Mrs. Doubtfire about 30 years ago. He was gonna be the Riddler. Yes, I remember that. He was gonna be Riddler in Batman Forever, but they got Jim Carrey, and of course he was great. He stole the movie. Still got to do that movie this year because next year is the anniversary of the movie. It's the 30th anniversary, but I want to do it before. You mean Hell or or Dante's Inferno? This got too supernatural for me at the end. That's what I didn't like about it. But again, Shazam had kind of an edge to it too. Sabak, because this is more sci-fi action than like a supernatural thing, like Exorcist Believer or something. I do, I do like. I do like when Teth Adams rips him in half. That's kind of cool. But like I said, Sharuta. It's 2 o'clock. It's 2:11. I'm doing great time. The movie's almost over, so at least it doesn't drag for another half hour like Pirates of the Caribbean 3. There's Doctor Fate. Nope. This is a fun. This is a fun superhero movie. It's underrated. It is not the worst of the DCU. Not even close. This isn't even one of the five worst I've seen because I've seen five worst that came out early before the pandemic, like Suicide Squad. Man of Steel was way worse. The theatrical cut of the Justice League is worse. Yeah, the theatrical cut. I didn't even hate that, but this is better because it feels like a complete movie. and it's less characters. It's not 8 characters and then some villain that is much more lame than this villain. Just saying, guys. Shazam is still my favorite one of the last 10 years. That is a cool visual. There's two Frozen references. Let it go and show yourself in this movie. And this is a DC movie, not a Disney Marvel movie. Uppercut. I don't regret watching this movie or the Marvels in the theater. I like to support superhero stuff when it's good, not garbage like Morbius and Venom and Batman and Robin or Spawn. Ooh, that Spawn movie is way worse than this. That movie has CGI that was bad when it came out. You see it now, I'm like, this was released in theaters. It's almost asylum level special effects with freaking Malboja. It looks awful. The CGI looks horrible. Here, it looks fine for 2022. I know when effects look bad, like it takes me out of the movie. You're a great actor, Pierce Brosnan. You really are. It's a good send off for him, and he dies a hero, unlike Han Solo in Force Awakens, where he just dies for shock value. A hint of what's coming with Frozen 3. Also, will have long hair and have more princes. The new Spawn is going to be better. It has to have better effects, Josh. It's not all the effects that are bad. It's mostly just the cape, the CGI glass, Malboja, and all that. That looks terrible. The Violator looked pretty cool in CG. It didn't look that bad. It was a mix of CGI and a practical puppet. It looked good. That and even Spawn's makeup. The makeup looked really amazing in that movie, but the CG is just so. With the creatures, they look terrible. I don't know how people weren't seeing that in the theater in '97 and laughing their heads off. I'm like, what is that? This is not a Pixar movie. See, The Rock took like a 10-minute break in the movie. That's good, to give him a little breathing room because it's good to have, a break. Trust me, I know. When I was the Easter Bunny last year, I didn't have a lot of breaks. And I might have to do it again because if it doesn't snow heavy, I have to be in that costume again to get that money. I'm going to Comic-Con twice this year. Ray Liotta rejected starring in Batman's. Yeah, I know. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Love Elsa's hair in Frozen 2 is beautiful. I love it. It's silver and long. I laughed at the CGI effects in Spawn. I said in 2015, what is that? Yeah, it's awful. And the mouth doesn't even, it was like, it's awful. This is a cool scene. Yeah, there's slow mo again. It's a DC movie. A lot of them have slow mos because they want to emulate Zack Snyder. He's the people's champion. No, it doesn't. Yeah, an anti-hero. Deadpool kills people, but he's not going to kill an innocent bystander. He's not a psychopath. He's well, actually, he is in the comics, but I'm saying he's not a monster. I can't look at these effects and say, "Oh my god, this looks terrible." No, it's a big CG battle at the end. I get it, but it's well done. There's some practical effects in it. It's not the best third act, but I've seen way worse. Like X-Men Apocalypse, that looked way more cartoonish than this did. DC and Marvel love the slow mo, yeah, and sometimes it looks great. Like even the Sonic movies had that. Miles who does electrocutes people with his mask. Deadpool wouldn't hurt Gwen. Well, no, because she's a girl. If you met her and say you're a version of me, except more feminine and yeah, and sexier. Shazam! How much battery power do I have? I'm gonna finish this. 43%. Yeah, I have enough. Yep, right through the gut. It's a dramatic death, but it works, man. Again, Last Jedi, this is how you do it. You don't kill off a beloved character like a punk. You don't do that. That's a cool visual. Do it, guys. Do it. Oh, those are the creatures. Yeah. Again, this still looks better than the Mummy from 2017 because they fight back. They don't. They fight these creatures back. That's right. Take them. Baby, come back. Yeah. Yep. Come back. You blame it all on me. That's right. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Eat it. That's right. Fight for the right reasons. That's right. See, the brother actually does something at the end. This is called being active, not passive. Rogue One. See, they don't let The Rock do all the work. They let the side characters do something at the end. That's interesting. Who knew? And I'll take a Sarah Shahi any day over that turkey from Dead Reckoning Part One. Sorry, I eat turkeys. I don't want to look at them. Mara Jade wouldn't get killed like a punk. No, she's a beloved character that Kathleen Kennedy will never destroy. You don't have to cover her face. The Marvels fighting Darbin, yeah, they gave me enjoyment. Yeah, yeah, not destroy. This kid's not annoying like the kid in Deadpool 2. Okay, an hour and 45 minutes. And no, that's not the sign of the Illuminati. That's dime. It's a diamond. It's like a diamond. Shazam. Filoni will do better with Mara Jade, yeah, because he cares about the franchise. Also, she's feminine. All you got to do is cast the right actress. I still say Karen Gillian, but we'll see what happens. Yep. I've got you, Cindy Lou. My bad. Wrong movie. Yeah, I wanted more Adam Smasher, but hopefully they'll put him in a movie or his own show or something. Don't waste these DC characters in the 10-year plan, James Gunn. I know you can't direct all of them, but spread them out and make them interesting, like you did with Peacemaker. That's why he got his own spinoff. Yes. Yes, please. It's been almost 2 hours and I've been sitting here a while, so yeah, this is what he has his cape. Yep, he takes his horns out. That's cool. The cape is awesome. Yeah, it looks cool. And the people they're fighting for the right reasons. They're not fighting over a piece of land. They're doing it for to save to reserve their country. Yes, do it. You're right. No, uh, nope, nope. It was an illusion. Very Doctor Strange. That's right. Rip his head off, Rock. Rip it off. You are not making any more gay stuff in the MCU or the DCU. That's awesome. That's right. Hit that skeleton. This is a really cool. It's a fatality from Mortal Kombat. It really is. That's the best part. It's the best part of this whole fight scene. I've sent you. Vroom. Rips him in half. That's awesome. Fate. Black Adam wins. Fatality. The people won. And Dr. Fate could come back. There could be another actor to play him. These characters won't be underused in the new era, no, because again, new management means new opportunities. Doors are going to open for people that didn't open before. Because why you think it took so long for Isabel Moner to be in a in a DC movie? Yeah, there's a smile. Hmm. I have faith in the MCU and in the next couple years and the DC's 10-year plan. I'll be there for it, and whatever they can give me this year. Yeah, because Hawkman could actually reincarnate. He could resurrect into other forms like his girl Hawk Girl. I could take my hat off. I really enjoy this movie. Hmm. Yeah, because a JSA could come back if you put them in a movie or in Peacemaker. Because yeah, you did Noah. Definitely the breakout star. I'm glad Isabella's getting to play Hawk Girl. She can bounce back from Madam Web. Dakota, I'm begging you, bounce back after. Hmm. And him sitting on his throne like a Game of Thrones episode. An hour and 52. Yep, he smashed it. Black Adam. Black Adam. That was Black Adam, guys. I finally got to do it. It's fun. See, an hour and 53 minutes. It doesn't drag on too long. So that was the movie. Let me see. I'm going to fast forward this to the end credits. So, I could get past all this and just get to the post credit scene. Yeah, The Rock produced this movie. Jeff Johns also did that, but at least he didn't write the movie. So, based on DC characters, I know. Come on, a little faster. Or Lauren Balfe did the music. He did the music for some of the Mission Impossible movies. It's a fun movie. I think it's very underrated. It didn't need to flop at the box office. If they came out before the pandemic, would have done way better. And egos didn't get in the way. And I guarantee you, this is still going to be better than Madam Web, because Madam Web looked like a Netflix or a CW show on the big screen, and that's not what people want. They want more Spider-Man. They want more Joker. They want more Batman. They don't want any more of these subpar villains that they're trying to turn into anti-heroes. Here it worked, in my opinion, because The Rock is charismatic even when he's dead serious. But with Madam Web, I don't know who she is, and I don't care. And I guarantee you, in the comics, she doesn't look like a girl in jeans and a t-shirt. Sorry. Here comes the scene that they're not going to follow up through on. but I gotta see it. There's Amanda Waller. We know who you are. She's she's probably still gonna do more of it. Would have been cool to see Superman and Shazam fight. Black Adam, yeah. There's plenty of them. And also, this was spoiled for me on the online because there he is. Yeah, but again, you're never gonna see that man play Superman ever again. Now we got what's his name? Adam Corset or Corswet or something like that. Yeah. See, sorry, Cavill, but you're not coming back. Gal might, but you never will. Sorry. People were like, "Oh, we're gonna get him back," and we didn't because the next movie he's not even there. In Shazam 2, they don't show Cavill. The Flash, they didn't get Cavill back, so they put Supergirl instead. Blue Beetle, never mentioned. And Aquaman 2, no. So, but again, what we still got a pretty good movie despite that, despite the movie flopping. And I still have the first Shazam, so that's better than nothing. Batgirl didn't even get released. At least this did. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm very happy I forgot to do this. It's been a while. I miss doing these commentaries with you guys. You're always a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Acknowledge me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully, this weekend. See you later. End.